When a child is born, they are usually referred to as a girl or a boy based on biology. But a person's gender identity does not always match their biology. The term transgender refers to those people who do not identify themselves as either of the dichotomous genders, that is, male or female. The American Psychological Association and the World Professional Association for Transgender Health refer to them as people whose gender identity or gender expression differs from that usually associated with their birth sex.
So exactly are transgender people. Transgender people are people whose gender identity is different from the gender they were born with. For example, a transgender woman lives as a woman today but was thought to be a male when she was born. Similarly, a transgender man lives as a man today but was thought to be a woman when he was born. So, in 2016, the transgender bill was sent to the standing committee. The bill defines that the transgender person must obtain a certificate of identity as proof for being a transgender person and to invoke rights under the bill. The bill prohibits discrimination against transgender person in areas such as education, employment, etc. And offences like compelling a transgender person to beg denial of access to a public place, physical and sexual abuse, etc., would get up to 2 years of imprisonment and a fine. The certificate would be granted by the district magistrate on the recommendation of a screening committee. On 25th November 2019, the Transgender Person Right Bill was passed, and the new bill barely has any changes. The new bill only has the changes that the district screening committee will play no role at all. People in India have been protesting against a new law. Since people have to apply for the transgender certificate, it gives the government a major power to decide which trans people qualify to be recognized as who they are. Transgender people not only have lesser value but are also not given job assurance. This puts them in a really tough.
Even in a country like America, where we assume that the protection of trans rights is certain laws prevent this from happening. On July 12, 2020, the Trump administration finalized regulations to roll back protection of trans people against discrimination in healthcare. This was done under the guise that the government could now interpret sex as only male or female or only what was determined by biology. This law doesn't just affect transgender people but also people who identify as non-binary or gender non-conforming. On June 30, 2016, a policy announcement was made where trans people were no longer being able to serve in the military under the pretext that it was expensive to maintain medical care for trans people. On July 22nd, the Supreme Court allowed this law to pass and for legislations to take it over. On April 12, 2019, the ban was implemented. However, violation to trans rights has not just been limited to the Trump administration, as we can see from the existence of the Panic Defense Act. The Gay/Trans Panic Defense Act legitimizes and excuses violent and lethal behavior against members of the LGBTQ community. According to this act, the victim's sexual orientation or gender identity is to be blamed for the defendant's violent temper. According to ABA, in 2007, sexual orientation ranked third highest among causes for hate crime in America. Between 2013 and 2017, 102 known transgender people were killed in hate crimes in the United States, 75 of which were blacks. As of July 1st, 2014, 8 out of 50 states have passed legislation bans for the Gay/Trans Panic Defense Act.
Transgender rights around the world. A brief overview on the following. In Europe, some countries have introduced or are in the process of introducing non-discrimination legislation in employment. 19 countries offer protection against discrimination in healthcare. The Court of Justice of the European Union has granted transgender community protection against discrimination based on their gender identity. In Africa, the Promotion of Equality and Prevention of Unfair Discrimination Act 4/2000 was enacted to give effect to Section 9 of the Constitution to prevent unfair discrimination and harassment. Section 8 prohibits unfair discrimination on the ground of gender. The Constitution also states that everyone has the right to fair labor practices. In Asia, since Asia houses a diverse number of cultures, it's difficult to provide any precise information on transgender rights. However, in Asia and the Pacific, transgender community has been facing discrimination, and some underlying causes are unequal social structures, inadequate legal framework, and violence. In some countries, it is unclear whether protection against sex or gender discrimination applies to trans people. Such protections are likely to be ineffective unless rights are clearly defined, widely publicized, and enforced. In Australia, people who are transgender are protected from discrimination by law. The Sex Discrimination Act makes it unlawful to treat a person less favorably than another person in a similar situation because of gender-related identity, mannerisms, or other gender-related characteristics of the person. It has also been seen that 30% of respondents who had a job reported being fired, denied of a promotion, or experienced some other form of mistreatment in workplace due to their gender identity or expression.
Even though all these rules and regulations exist, the transgender community is still not safe. Sadly, in 2020, we have already seen at least 34 transgender or gender non-conforming people fatally shot or killed by violent means, the majority of which were Black and Latinx transgender women. I say at least 34 transgender or gender non-conforming people because too often these stories go unreported or misreported. Justin Parker, 25, was fatally shot in McAlester, Oklahoma, early on New Year's Day. His employers released a statement shortly after his death, remembering Parker as a steadfast friend, an amazing husband and father, and generous to a fault. He loved fiercely, worked tirelessly, and took on life with so much hope and enthusiasm that his presence brightened all of our days. Papi Mendez Arocho, 19, was killed in Moca, Puerto Rico on March 5th. Arocho, a transgender man, shared his love for basketball and the NBA, donning Miami Heat apparel on social media. The biography line on his Facebook simply reads, "Humility prevails." Jessica Diamond, 34, a Black transgender woman, was killed in Charlotte, North Carolina on March 18th. Diamond was active in the Charlotte LGBTQ and nightlife community and was the co-owner of an event promotion company. She was also the co-CEO of the International Mother of the Year pageantry system, a pageant that honors LGBTQ mothers. Hallie J. Oregon, 20, a transgender woman, was killed in San Antonio, Texas on May 6th. Oregon was proud of her trans identity, and on Twitter, she often spoke out against injustice, including the LGBTQ inequality, the prison industrial complex, and the need to decriminalize sex work. Damien Terrell Campbell, 42, has been charged with Oregon's murder.
It is important to encourage fair, accurate, and inclusive media of transgender issues and do away with misleading information, because almost everyone gains knowledge and then forms a staunch opinion of these people based on what is portrayed through the television, newspapers, magazines, and other social media platforms. Transgender people should have access to washrooms that are appropriate for their identity. Trans women are often subjected to humiliation and harassment as they are forced to use male washrooms. Everyone deserves the right to feel safe, even if it is while using the restroom. This will also challenge the assumption that everyone fits into a category. Unemployment and underemployment remain one of the greatest challenges faced by the trans community. Fair job opportunities should be organized for these people and they shouldn't be seen as any different when it comes to recruitment. A no discrimination policy should be present at workplace for their safety as it sends a vital message that trans people are valued and respected as employees. Trans people should have the right to run for political offices and to be well represented by elected officials. This will make it easier to voice and resolve the issues and struggles faced by them to the general public. Being active in the political process is critical for transgender equality and they should be given a fair chance to make their vote count. Suicidal rates and tendencies among transgender people are considerably high as compared to the general population. The involvement of government, policies, institutions, organizations and public, along with the involvement of the transgender community is required to reduce the suicidal rates all over the world. These are some of the transgender people who broke barriers and achieved great heights. In 2017, Jyoti Mondol became the country's first transgender person to be appointed as a judge in a Lok Adalat. Next we have Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi. She is the first transgender person who represented Asia Pacific in the UN in 2008. Then we have Dr. Manavi, India's first openly transgender college principal. She is West Bengal's first transgender to complete a PhD and become a lecturer.
Transgenders have become social outcasts in today's world. In spite of the government implementing various welfare programs as well as job reservations, a huge percentage of them are still trapped in slums on the margins of cities. Do your bit to help. Look it up, educate yourselves, sign a few petitions if you have the time, and most importantly, be kind. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video as much as you can. It would mean a lot. Thank you.